Good afternoon. How are you today?
Well, we're good. We're blooming cold though.
Yeah.
Thanks for this.
So you're fettling well. Even in these conditions today, you're still fettling well. You're going out.
Yeah, we've enjoyed our day.
That's the main thing, isn't
We've
it?
enjoyed
You haven't
our
got to buy anything. You just got to speak to people.
That is quite important actually, that you do speak to a few people.
Because farming can be a bit of a lonely life, can't it? Really.
It is a very lonely life.
You know, and that's where mental health. We got to look into mental health these days.
I think that is quite important actually. And
Exactly.
There's quite a few.
Because, I mean, going back to our generation, we used to have 20, 30 people working on the farm, didn't we?
That's right.
Now you've got one person, he owns the farm, and if he don't own the farm, he's the farm manager.
That's right.
And, you know, you haven't got that same community on the farm no more, have you?
No, it's a very lonely life actually.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember walking in farms many moons ago, and in this time they'd all be hobbled round a little wood burning stove, having their roll-ups, big mug of tea, and then the manager comes in and says, "Oh, you lot, get outside and do some work," you know? And it was a hard life though, wasn't it?
Well, it's been a hard life, but it's been a healthy life, hasn't it?
And you're out in this, and
Yeah, in the weather.
you know,
Yeah,
better than being stuck in a factory, isn't it?
Yeah, well, both my brother and I have been working farming since we were 10 or 11.
Really? See, this is what I want to get on document, because otherwise, not being nasty, but when you go, all that history's gone out the window with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably was your first as a young lad on a farm, was
I
you?
started milking when I was 10,
Really?
in 1942.
No, fantastic.
Yeah,
And it's different from what it is now, isn't it, I suppose?
it was much different.
Yeah. Was you, all these parlours weren't there around those? I suppose you
It was hand milking,
hand milk? Really?
one man to 10 cows.
No, really. And then, like today, they sort of they milk at 6 o'clock and then 6 o'clock at night. Did you have the same sort of thing in
Yeah,
those
it was
days?
early morning and finish sort of late afternoon.
Yeah. And you
Always early mornings.
Yeah, you didn't have all
Always
these
early mornings.
machines around. We've got now to do that sort of thing, have you?
No.
I mean, all these high-powered tractors and milk dairy places and everything. Horses. And of course, you had to get up about 4 o'clock in the morning to wake them up, didn't you, and feed them?
Horses had to be done before they go to work.
Yeah.
So, you know, everything was different.
Yeah. But it's more mixed farming those days. You had a bit of milk, didn't you, and a bit of
there was
cattle.
all sorts of things. Cattle, pigs, sheep,
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
There were everything around there. Everyone had different. It was all
But you fed yourself, you see, and I don't understand the mentality these days. We can't feed ourselves. Of course we could feed ourselves if we tried.
We could feed ourselves.
But it's mainly the governments and people that are not into government.
The government at the moment haven't got a plan. And the plan should be that we should be looking to feed the world.
Yeah. I mean, back
there
in
is no
1940 and 1942, we had to feed ourselves because no one did bother with us, did they?
No, that's right. There was, we've lived through rationing.
Yeah.
When there was no food.
Yeah, up until the 50s, wasn't it, when you were rationing?
Right,
Now,
yeah.
tell me, obviously, we talk about horses. Now, when did the first tractor come on the farm for you then?
In the late 40s.
Late 40s, was it?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
War Egg or something like that?
The War Egg brought tractors in originally, yeah. So,
And it's a bit different from the horses. You didn't have to feed them so much, did you, really?
no, but the tractors couldn't do
What they could do
a lot of
now.
the jobs. They couldn't do a lot of the jobs that the horses did.
Now, they tell me they used to had to park the tractors for night time on the slope on where they used to drop the milk churns off in the morning, because it's the only way they used to start them old girls up rather than winding the handle. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I don't know whether you could ever do that, but they might have. They used to take a bit of winding up.
Yeah, especially on a day like today.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
And what was
a different life.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about tractors. What was the main tractor in your day? Was it a Ferguson?
Fords and Standard.
Folsom, was it?
Fords and Standard was the first tractor.
Yeah.
And then International brought out one or two, and then there were various others.
International, really?
Yeah.
In Kent as well, was it?
Yeah, International.
I always thought they were a Ferguson dealer. Well,
No, Internationals were one of the first ones. They came over from America. I think.
oh, really?
But Fords and Standard was the
Yeah.
first.
Do you like the Fords and
Well,
Standard?
that was the one. That was
They tell me they changed colours during the war, because they used to be an orange
an
colour,
orange
didn't
and a green. There was an orange and a green.
they? And they, because of the war, and they didn't want to show them on the Dagenham factory, they painted them all green, or was it
Green,
blue?
yeah. Well, they probably
Green.
camouflaged a bit for green.
Yeah.
instead, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it's lovely to talk to you because let's face it, if we don't talk to guys like you, you know, all these youngins are they're our future, I understand, but we've got to think about the past as well, haven't we?
Well, there's history that's going to be lost. You know, unfortunately, it's not all documented.
No, this is what I try to do. You see,
Yeah.
you see, and I mean, I've been speaking to people today about direct drilling and all that sort of unplough. And I'm a bit of an old school person. I like to see a cultivated bit of ground.
Yeah.
But it seems to be quite a good argument for both sides.
There is.
You know.
There is. Yeah.
But the thing I can't get my head around is this releasing of the carbons. You know, they say about ploughing releases the carbons and all that sort of thing. That is a bit beyond me. And then, and people are talking about selling their carbon emissions off. You know.
Oh yes, that's right. This is all of a new world.
It is.
That's coming, and it takes a lot of taking in actually. You know. At 90, my brain's pretty good still, but I'm
90?
Not,
you look very well for 90, can I say?
You know, it takes a little bit of time to think on these things.
Well, thank you for giving me your 10 minutes this morning. It's been a pleasure. So, just before you go, tell us your full name, please.
David Eastman.
Eastman?
Heasman.
Heasman?
Yeah.
Okay, and what part of the area are you from, Mr. Heasman?
Sussex.
Sussex. And you've been a mixed farmer all your life, have you?
I've farmed all my life, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you've got many more years in front of you.
So do I.
And your brother who's
my younger brother there.
Younger brother who's in the background, walking around. And it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, mate. Yeah,
Cheerio, then.
Saw you.
Oh, well, good afternoon there.
Good afternoon.
And what are you doing here at the show today?
So I'm David Broad, I'm Massey Ferguson Area Sales Manager.
Right.
Here to support Agwood at the Farm Expo show here at Detling.
Fantastic. I see you've got a few machines here. You've got telehandlers and tractors and four loaders on.
We've got a bit of a representation. So we've got 7S180, 180 horsepower, 6-cylinder tractor, one of our best-selling tractors in the UK market. We've also got the TH7038 telehandler, so 7 metre, 3.8 tonne telehandler, very popular machine to sell. And then moving across to the side there, we've got a 5S145 loader tractor, 140.
Right, we get to them in a minute. Let's start off with this tractor first.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about Massey Ferguson. Now, over the years, they've been in my eyes, one of the best tractor manufacturers, but you know,
we like to think so. Yes.
And Fendt have taken over that.
I wouldn't say they're necessarily better. It's different. They're aiming at a different marketplace to what we are in many ways.
I apologise for that.
That's all right.
Anyway, so is this the biggest tractor you manufacture, or
no? This is sort of a mid-range tractor. This one here, our biggest, which we haven't got here today, is our 8740, which is a 400 horsepower tractor.
400 horses.
Yes, so that's the biggest one. We did have this one here a few years ago.
Yep.
But we've got slightly different model mix here today. But this, as I say, is our most popular tractor.
Now, would you say it's more for the arable market, or
this is a bit of a crossover tractor?
Right.
So this appeals to the livestock man who wants a reasonable sized tractor for a baler on the back, maybe does a bit of their own
growing their food.
cultivation work with it, so with a plough on the back, but also to an arable farmer for a plough or a cultivator or a combination. So it's a good mixed farm tractor, if you like, which is perfect for this area, really.
Yeah. Now, I have seen something different about your tractors over the last couple of years. Now, you've changed the dish. I can't say the word.
Dish
on your wheels. Now, why is that? Why is that the reason you've changed them? You've gone from no holes in them to plain blank.
Well, these are what we call welded wheels.
Right.
So there's no separate dish on there, which means that the wheel is a lot stronger.
Ah, okay.
You can still alter the track width, but simply as one of two settings, swap it for either side.
Yeah.
But it's just really for strength.
Ah, okay. Because when I first saw them, I thought, oh, that's weird, isn't it? But you know.
The back ones are either adjustable on these, what we call a bar axle, which slides in and out.
Oh yeah. So you can do them for your tram marks, so you can keep them.
Yeah, for row widths, really.
Row crop sort of thing.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Or we can have, as on that smaller tractor over there, we have spacers to alter the row, the track setting. So there's a couple of different ways of doing it.
Obviously, Agwood is your dealership in Kent.
Yeah. Well, not just for Kent, they're for most of Sussex and also Surrey as well.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, you've moved from England now over to Belgium. Is it still made in Belgium, the tractors?
No, tractors are all made in France, in Beauvais. Been made in Beauvais in northern France for 1960 that factory opened as a massive
No,
Ferguson
sorry,
factory.
I do apologise.
Yeah,
for
no,
that
never
again.
been in Belgium.
No.
Yeah. We used to have a factory in this country.
Well, Bangor Lane.
Banner Lane,
you know.
Coventry, that closed 20 years ago
Yes.
actually, and that's now, as a lot of these places, it's a housing estate. So
Yeah.
no, but the Beauvais plant is where not just we have all our manufacturing facilities. So all the 3 tractors you see here are all manufactured, but not just manufactured, designed, engineered, tested, developed, all that sort of process in the Beauvais plant as well.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you know, we're not in the European partnership no more. So, I mean, it's been, I suppose, from a company point of view, being built in France, because you've got quite a big European market as in farming.
We have, yeah.
You know, so you could supply, you know, all the farmers within Europe and Eastern Europe.
It's not just Beauvais will send tractors to every part of the world.
Really?
When we go there, you'll see tractors.
Well, that's the old Ferguson way, didn't it? I can remember seeing the old grey ones. You look on the old YouTube videos; they've been loaded on ships going to Africa, going to all sorts of
still do.
places.
Every corner of the world, there'll be a Massey Ferguson, a modern Massey Ferguson tractors sent to.
Even the 135s are still going really well.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. And
the apple growers love them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, there's still plenty of those about.
Yeah. Well, shall we move on to your different? Going from your telehandler.
We can.
Is it called a telehandler?
Telehandler, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So, what made you go into telehandlers?
We've been involved in telehandlers for well over 20 years.
Really?
So it's not a new thing to us by any stretch of the imagination. This machine has had a fairly recent upgrade on it with new cab, new styling, new interior to the cab. But the base machine we've had for a little while, but very proven, good quality machine, popular.
Very popular, the telehandlers these days, because with a 4-loader, not being funny, you've got all that cab and bonnet in front of you, and visually it's not as good as a telehandler.
No, the modern loader tractor though is a lot different to a loader tractor from 20 odd years.
Yeah.
But still, there are jobs where the telehandler provides more reach, more lift on it, a bit more manoeuvrability.
And if you're stacking bales up or something, you've got the height.
You've got the height
of it,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
And you've got the I mean, because it's crab steer. Is it crab steer?
It's 3 motor steering, so there's conventional front wheel steer, 4-wheel steer, or crab steer.
I mean, crab steer you can literally turn on yourself, really.
Well, it's the 4-wheel steer where you can turn on yourself. The crab steer is more going up against a wall where you want to scoop muck or something like that, or in a corn store, really.
Oh, okay.
Literally moves the machine sideways.
But for the cattleman, I mean, he can clean out his sheds, can't he, with it?
Can clean his sheds, but also load bales into some.
Like a big tractor, you ain't limited by height so much, are you?
You're not. And it's got more reach, significantly more reach than even the biggest of loaders. Probably nearly twice the amount of reach and lift height to it.
And they put straw choppers on the end of them, don't they? So they can reach right into the back of the straw chopper and push it right to the back, can't you?
No, they're very versatile machines. But where the tractor still comes in, even with a loader on it, is that they are better on the road because they're more. There's a bigger cab on it. They're better in the field. And when you're towing as well, you can tow a far bigger trailer better with a tractor. That particular tractor there has been supplied to a local customer from Sittingbourne, and he has a loader going on it, so it's got the brackets on there.
Loader going on there?
Yes,
really?
And that's common. That's certainly not unusual by any stretch of the
imagination. They always used to tell me, they should have a telehandler with 3-point linkage on the back. Has yours got a 3-point linkage?
No, we haven't done those. There are a few companies who do it, but it's a fairly niche market.
Well, it is, because what I suppose they're thinking about is one machine to do all the jobs, really, don't you? So you've got the telehandler, you've got the 3-point linkage, so you put a cultivator on the back of it and one thing and another. But it's not really ideal in them situations, really, is it?
No, and again, a telehandler is very good around the yard for loading work, but probably is somewhat compromised in the field. I can understand why some people go for that.
It's not good on the road though, it's not like a 40k tractor.
No, or 50k modern tractor.
50k, So alright, well, let's move on to your tractor next door, which I would say is more your cattleman, because it's a smaller tractor.
It is.
And it's got a 4-loader on the front of it.
So this is a 5S145, so this is the largest in our 5S series. 145 horsepower. Perfect, as you just said, for loader work. One of the best, if not the best, and loader tractors on the market. So it has what we call the steep nose bonnet. So it gives you plenty of very, very good visibility.
For
the loader, especially when it's at ground level like it is at the moment. We often sell them as well with what we call the high-vis cab. So the cab has a glass roof at the front, which can be opened up to give you very good visibility when you're at height, similar to you have with a telehandler.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's you know, so I come from an era where you had that huge body in front of you and the four-load, and you can't see anything in front of it really.
No.
And you need a banksman's, we used to call them, to direct you. Whereas you know, farms can't afford to have more labourers than they need to have these days, doesn't it? And one tractor, one man, he does all the jobs with it, you know. And if you've got a nice low scooping bonnet like that, then you've got better visibility.
You have got a lot.
But the worry that does me is, coming from an engineering background, if someone's got to do any work on that, it's all compact, isn't it, inside? And you'd have to take off so much to get at the...
Not too bad, to be honest. The loader comes off very easily.
Really?
The loader would be off in a matter of a few minutes, quite easily. But even so, even with the loader left on there, there's a minimum amount of bracketry actually on the tractor to get in the way of any servicing work. And they have been designed with that in mind.
Now, I can see Massey Ferguson written on the four-loader. Now, back in the day, they used to be manufactured by another company and then sold to... But you manufacture these four-loaders?
No, they still are. They're actually manufactured by ALO, which is otherwise known as Quickie.
Okay.
So one of the foremost manufacturers.
But they've been around for donkey's years,
and
haven't
again,
they?
a bit like the telehandler, we've had a relationship with ALO going back 20, maybe probably even 30 years or so. They're specialists at it, and their loaders are very, very well respected.
Fantastic. Now, I see a bigger tractor behind it, so let's walk over and see that one.
Let's have a look at the 8S.
I love big tractors, sorry. Right.
This isn't even the biggest one.
It's not even your biggest one?
Not even the biggest in this series.
Right. Well, you tell me a little bit about this thing.
Right, okay, so the 8S...
Get back in shot as well.
I'll try that. Yes.
Fantastic.
I'm not a natural person in front of the camera.
Come on.
So the 8S was a new range of tractors launched in the middle of 2020. So the middle of COVID, as it so happened. Completely new tractor from the ground up. Apart from really the front axle, there's no carryover from any existing tractor range we'd had previously.
It's huge, isn't it? Really?
It is a big tractor. So this is 8S245, 245 horsepower.
Really, it looks about 800 horsepower, really, doesn't it? Really.
And there's 3, if not 4 models above it. So we do the biggest one we do is 8S305.
So I can see the cab separated from the bonnet. Now that's a bit strange as well.
It is, and people always ask the reason for that. And the reason behind that is to give separation from the cab where the driver sits to the engine. So to stop noise, heat, vibration coming from the front of the tractor into the cab itself. So the separation there means that there's not too much heat being thrown at the cab.
Right. In the summer you don't want to heat.
So the air conditioning's not having to work too hard. So yeah, it's proved a very popular range of tractors.
And you can see the engine, which is unusual today because normally you can't, it's buried.
Yeah, to a degree. It's probably because it sits up higher.
Now, so what conveniences have we got in the cab on this? Have we got Wi-Fi? And
there's all the things you would expect. So has a top spec air suspended seat and heated for the winter. The tractor has full climate control with a number of outlets for the air to get around for ventilation. This is the top spec, what we call exclusive, so it's got all electric spools on it. It's got guidance on the tractor as well, GPS guidance. So there's pretty much everything that you'd expect from a modern tractor on this.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask a favour really of you. When you next do your demo day, which you obviously do demo days, I'd like to come along and sit in the cab
no problem.
while you're actually moving it, because then the viewers can see what it's doing. It's no good me pointing the camera now because they can't see in the cab, and normally in this weather they're locked up because you don't want mud and crap going in the cab. But I would appreciate it for me and the viewers to see what this machine can do. It's no good sitting here because all we can see is a dormant piece of kit.
No, it's not the same. We are planning on doing some demo days and some working days with Agwood through the year, so I'm sure that'll be on their social media.
Can I give you my phone number and or my internet address or something, and you can contact me?
Yes.
Please do, because I've had so many people promise and some people let me down on it anyway. But anyway.
Or just keep an eye on Agwood's social media channels for that.
That's great. Now I see you've got a front machine on it, and that's great because you've got a 3-point linkage on the front of it, haven't you?
Which is pretty common nowadays. In fact, it's far more common to have front linkage and quite often front PTO on a tractor this size than not. Yeah,
because if you're driving this sort of tractor and you don't want it out in the field 2 or 3 days, when you can do one pass one day, a piece on the front and 2 pieces on the back, can't you?
Correct, and often, to be honest, it's there to put a weight on as well, the front weight block.
Oh yeah, because you've got the 3-point linkage to lift it. Because you can then leave it in the farmyard when you don't need it, or pick it up when you do need it. You don't need a crane, fork truck or anything like that, do you?
No, it just makes it easy to take on and off. Then it is taken on and off as well.
Now, I mean, I've got on my old tractors a little fork truck, forklift attachment, which I put on my 3-point linkage. So could you put a little forklift mechanism on that, and you can lift pallets and move them about the yard?
I suppose if you wanted to, yes. I don't know anyone who's done that so far, not this size tractor. Sometimes it's more common on the smaller tractors.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, anything that's compatible or is 3-point linkage should be compatible with that.
Yeah, I mean, even dragging big trailers around. If you put like a 3-point linkage with a tow ball affair on the front of it, I'm sure you could sort of drag a trailer around with it, sort of thing, and get it into position. And that's all. Anyway, I thank you for giving me 5 minutes of your time. And before you go, tell me your full name and your company, please.
Well, I'm David Broad. So yeah, again, Massey Ferguson area sales manager for the East and South East.
And you're here today to support
Agwood. Yes.
Thanks for your time.
No problem at all.
Hello. Who are you? What's your name? Hey? You're a terrier, aren't you? Is it a terrier? No, it's not a terrier, it's a Labrador. I can't believe it's a Labrador.
Thanks, guys. Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Robin. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Introduce yourself.
I am Nigel Jones from Amazon, 3C specialist for the South. We're here today at Farm Expo looking at the Caina, which is now on the grant scheme. Get your money in now.
Oh,
you can now buy it on the grant scheme, get up to £25,000 discount, and get your direct drilling grant.
Now, again, you are obviously, you've underplayed yourself there. You're a bit of a demonstrator. So if someone buys this bit of kit off you, you would actually come out and show them how it all works.
We get involved with the selling, the demonstration, and the installation to support the local dealer, wherever you are.
Now, you're a great company. I've interviewed your company before. You're a great bunch of guys, you know, your managers, your backup services and all that sort of thing, because I know you offer great backup service to all your dealerships and everything, and having guys like yourself will go out in the field and demonstrate.
Yeah, we're all hands-on. All our sales team are hands-on.
Yep.
We can fix it, we can demo it, we can install it, but we do like to work with dealers, really, because it just puts a lot of strain on us if we do it all ourselves.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's down to being people's person. You got to get on with the customer and the dealer.
Of course. Now your boss, governor, whoever was with you at the last show I spoke to.
Oh yeah, Matt Smith. Yep.
Yeah, he promised me a day in the factory in there.
Yeah, I know. We've shut the factory.
Oh, right.
Because you were going.
Oh. Anyway, let's ignore that.
Well, you can go to Doncaster
Yeah, we'll have a day out sometime. But anyway, tell us a bit about this kit.
Yeah, so this is basically the Caina 6001C. So it's a twin outlet. So there's a grain and fert, or 2 products.
Oh, so you can put your fertiliser in with the seed as it goes
so
into
it all
the
comes
ground.
down the same tube. We've got a single shot. So if you look down there, there's one pipe going up to the distribution head, and then down into the coulter here.
Oh, okay.
So they meter together, and by the time they get to the distribution head, they're all mixed up. So on this one, we've got the pre-running discs.
Pre-cultivation discs?
No, not cultivation. Let me get you there.
Oh.
It is just a wavy disc to create a minimal till, because we're not moving too much soil.
No,
so
well that's the idea of mill till, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, but this is the direct drill. And then we've got the leg here, this is 10 mil. There's a 10 mil leg, and it just creates a little bit of microclimate in here. And then the leg is there, digging in, and then we'll come on back. And then right at the back here, we've got our harrow.
Oh, right, so
that's just a level.
Yeah, break it all in, as you say.
Then you've got your consolidating wheel. So on each cleat is where a leg is.
Okay.
And then we've got a scratchy harrow back here, which is
just to finish it off.
Stop it getting a bit tight. And then pre-emergence, and then the mark arms.
Now, going back a little bit, I'm sorry, where you drop your seed in, now it's just a straight bar. Yeah, there is a school of thought that you should have like a T-shaped bar at the bottom.
No.
Folds it all back in again and all that sort of
No, because we're just relying on opening a slot and shutting it. And then this is here just to clear, just to level.
You don't want to disturb anything else. You don't want to create, because I've been told it sort of with that T-shaped thing, it creates a little capsule within the seed area.
No. This is a chisel point. So
you want a direct pressure onto that seed, don't you?
So basically, it hasn't got any consolidation behind the seed.
Yeah.
Obviously, the seed.
No compaction, no.
But these are just covering and then rolling.
Yeah.
So we're not relying on anything technical here. It's a chisel, so it's designed to chisel.
Yep.
And then that shatters, and then the moisture can, and the seed and the moisture can start to grow, and then it travels down through the cracks in the soil.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, depending on the sort of ground you're drilling. Now, I can see they've got specialist hard-wearing points on them.
Yeah, this is what we call the HD tine.
Yep.
So this will give you longevity in all conditions.
Yep.
Some conditions you will never need it, but down on here on the clays and the flints all through the
Even the chalk or places like that.
yeah, or you go right over to Salisbury where there's a lot of flint content. These will last 2 or 3 years, depend on conditions.
Yeah, I mean 2 or 3 years is a good working life on something. Now, has it got shear bolts on it if it hits a big rock?
All we've got is these rubber buffers that have got a little bit of give.
Ah, okay.
But
yeah.
you realise we're not going too deep. We're not moving.
No, you're not moving down in the soil.
We're not deep. We're not ploughing. This is min till. This is.
So what is I mean, from a layman like myself, what is the good depth to place a seed in, or does it depend on the
rule
seed?
of thumb, 2 times seed length. So
Okay.
imagine a seed, 2.5 times seed length. So you're talking 25 mil.
Really?
Minimum, really. Minimum.
Oh, okay.
Especially with this day and age when they're putting a bit
You're
of...
not putting it in like 4 inches or something like that?
Beans, some beans you'll put in a bit deeper, but yeah, rule of thumb is 2 times the seed length.
Really?
That is an agronomist theory.
Oh, okay, and then you got directly behind them, you got the rakes. You say
Yeah,
that
so it just
pushes the
levels-
soil
yeah,
back
just-
and
yeah,
rakes it all
you
up,
create a little bit of a slot,
Yeah.
depending how deep you're going,
and then you compact it afterwards.
and then we just consolidate it here. So
Right.
this
Are they solid tyres?
no,
there?
they're air-filled tyres.
Yep.
And then obviously coming around the back, we then got the scratchy harrow just to give you that little bit, just in case it.
Yeah, just to rake
breaks
it
out a bit.
over with.
Yeah,
What's
just-
these orange things on the side?
That's our pre-emergence at the back, and then these are our markers for your half width.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So when you're drilling non-GPS,
That's a bit old school, isn't it? The markers nowadays, because it's all set now.
it's a good safe bet, because if you lose GPS, you don't know where you are.
Yeah, I'm old school, and we used to have markers going out, and you could put the centre of the tractor up, the centre of that mark, and it goes.
To be fair, good old days used to be the front wheel.
Yep.
And now obviously the centre of the tractor.
Yeah.
But most people use GPS now.
And that's all hydraulically
yeah,
pushed
that's all
down.
synchronised. So when you lift them lower, you can
Yeah.
turn them off or you can put them on.
So at the headlands, you lift them up,
And they'll come in.
turn round, and
then
then drop it back down again.
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
it?
exactly right.
Fantastic. Now, let's walk round. And there's some big old tanks on there. So,
So that's a 4,000 litre tank, 60-40 split. So
Okay.
you've got 4,000 litres on a C, 3,600 on a non-C.
now again, to me as a layman, I don't know how big a field that would seed. Now,
It depends, obviously. It depends on your rate, depends on what if barley, you might not get 2 bags in, but it's all down to bulk density.
and when you say 2 bags, we're talking what, 10 acres, 20 acres?
If you're on 250 kilograms a hectare, that's four hectares per bag.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
anyway,
there you
I
go.
appreciate that, because that's the sort of way I work things out, you know?
Seeds per acre and stuff like that you can work out.
But I think that's such a great idea about mixing the seed, the fertiliser, or whatever you're going to put in with it.
Yeah.
It all goes down the same slot.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
then you ain't got to go over it again with.
And it's localising your fertiliser. You're not blanket spreading.
That's right.
You're putting it down where it needs it, and you won't be putting a lot of fertiliser down.
You're saving as well by putting it in the right place.
You're saving, but you're just getting that to start. You want to get that seed going out the ground.
Yeah.
As soon as it's out the ground, it's got a life.
Now, a lot of people talk about how liquid fertiliser is better than granular fertiliser. Now, could this machine be adapted to?
We've got a liquid adaptation on it. We can have a front tank that then feeds a distribution, and again, a bit like yourself here, into there, but it's not common in the UK at the moment.
It's not.
No,
Really,
no.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got to ask the question.
Absolutely.
You
You are
know-
full of good questions.
Well, that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate your time. Is this the only one you got here today?
Yes, yeah.
But
yeah,
you obviously got your big website and everyone can see what you
absolutely,
do.
yeah, and obviously we're here with Crawford's today.
And I've been on one of your demo days and it was very interesting. You're a great bunch of guys, the young fella who drove around his tractor yourself.
Yeah, Josh. He's
yes, and,
he's left now, unfortunately.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
gone on to better things.
Oh, okay. Right, then, well, I appreciate your time anyway. And tell us, before you go, tell us your full name and your company you work for.
Nigel Jones, Amazon Limited.
Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you.
Cheers. I'm going to get you again this week. What are you doing here today?
Get him, he's in here somewhere at the back here, look.
Don't keep walking towards me. How you doing?
Look, come on.
Come on. Why have I got to come on?
There he is, through there, look.
Is it from there? Is he? Oh yeah, he's the one who called you Chocky or something, wasn't he? Eh? Chocky.
Chocky's here. There he is.
Oh, he's Chocky. Yeah. So what are you doing here? So just looking at good things, are we?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Some expensive bit of kit here today, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. So what? You're a contractor, and you're saying?
Yeah, rhinos.
Rhino. Oh, you're dealership for rhinos.
Yeah.
Oh, well, tell us all about them then. Tell us all about
I've got to mingle with the customers.
Yeah, you're a salesperson.
These people want to know about this car later.
Oh, he's a dodgy bugger, isn't he? I appreciate your time. Tell us your name before you go.
Russ.
Go and
Cheers,
find
Russ.
his other half.
Cheers.
Yeah, she will.
Have you got another half?
Jen. Ask for Jen.
Jen. Who's Jen?
There she is.
Jen.
Sorry,
It's made his day, though. I'm sorry.
I threw myself at him.
Oh, that smells nice. Good afternoon, guys.
How you doing?
Those who don't want to be filmed, move back the camera. That's the way.
That's the way to do it. You know Robin back, don't you?
How we doing? Caught you last week.
Yeah, terrible.
Taking the meat out of someone, wouldn't you?
Yeah, everybody's left the tent because you've come
Yeah,
in.
I can do that. No problem. So, Rhino, what's that all about then?
An animal.
No, you never. So you've got some machines out here. Do you want to give us a quick tour of them? Or you're not the right person?
No, I'm probably not the right person to talk to. The big chap out the front, he's the main
He
man.
sent me to see you.
No, he's the man you want to talk
Is he
to.
tall?
He's tall and he's got a beard.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'll go and see him. Well, tell the viewers who you are first.
So I'm Neil from Rhino Plant, and the chap you're going to speak to is Russell
And what's his second name?
Morgan.
Thanks a lot. Can I have a burger well done? Thanks. I'll have a I don't like all that red stuff. What's his name? Russell. Where's Russell? Russell. That's you, wasn't it? No, who's Russell?
There you go.
Told me what 3. So.
Do you want me to? You all right to take it
We're
now?
giving away.
Or
Can you leave it in your motor for
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
And then I'll come back before I go.
Yeah, that's fine. If not, it'll always be in my car.
Yeah, well,
Like-
I'll pop back in when I...
Have you got an extra large? Obviously not buying anything.
Like I say, it's not. I've just
I'm
got
not
to take
buying
the orders.
Is that Russell's hat?
No, he's got a hat. He just can't ruin this beautiful head of hair.
So, tell me, what are you doing here today? You're
I was-
better off. Told me to come see you. It follows. Don't not try and hide. 'Cause
I'm
it
in charge
follows.
of teas and coffees today.
Teas and coffee. Is that all you do in the company, or
That's
do you do
my
other
department.
things?
And I do the cows.
Cows.
Yes.
What cows have you got then?
Charolais, pedigree Lincoln Reds, and a couple of Anguses.
Oh, see, I love Herefords because
yeah,
they've got
I'd like a Hereford, but
because it's that white face and
Yeah.
whatever you breed with it
they've got
comes
a little
always.
bit of character as well.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
quite a docile animal, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, all animals keep you on your toes.
Yeah, especially when they've just had a newborn or
Yeah.
something like that. You've got to be very aware of them. Get on a serious note. Now, the Charolais.
Charolais.
Now,
Yeah.
expensive breed. They used to be. Are they still the same?
Yeah, I think it's the same. Everything's kind of the same now-ish.
Yeah.
But we breed from them because they've got good height and good like bodies on them. Really, yeah.
We love a good body on.
You've got to have a good body.
Sorry,
Of course.
An old man talking here. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, getting back to cattle. So you obviously the farm you run on your own, do you?
No. It's my father-in-law, so he runs like rhino, and then we have the
Oh
cows
really?
as
So
well.
you're family concerned. So you
Yeah.
diversified from farming into.
Yeah, well, he's
machinery.
got the cows as a hobby, I think, many years ago, and then they've just grown and grown and grown. So we've
okay.
got about 200. So
Well, that's not a small herd. Is it?
no, it keeps us busy.
Do you, I mean, it's a bit old-fashioned now. Like, do you use balls still, or do you use
Yeah, we've got
tubes?
our own bulls. We've got a pedigree Lincoln Red,
Yep.
or 2 pedigree Lincoln Reds. We've rearing our own young pedigree Lincoln Red. Then we've got a Charolais and an Angus.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a bit of everything, kind
a
of
bit
thing.
of everything, a bit of a mixture. That's
Yeah,
good, isn't it?
yeah, but all natural service. We don't use AI at all. Just do.
Okay. Now,
just
what happens? I mean, because they never give birth during the daytime hours. They're always late.
Always
at night,
the
early in
awkward
morning.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10, you like to think
who's
they
doing
got
it? Is it you or is it?
Yeah,
someone
well, it's
else?
all of us. It's very much a team effort.
So
kind of thing.
family definitely don't have people come in.
Well, we've got all like the blokes that work for us as well.
Yep.
So yeah, it's all very much in like if we all get covered in poo, then it's all for one.
I work for the water industry. I'll get covered in human poo, so I ain't worried about that.
You've got it worse than us.
I have. Yeah, exactly.
But no, yeah, we all chip in and help. It's all fun and games kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, what time of the year do you normally give birth to
We're
your
carving
animals?
now. We do between like November, December through to early spring, and then they all get turned out in the summer with their calves with them.
Do you know what? I'd love to come along one day and just film you in action, really, just to show.
I don't know whether I can do that. The pressure, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but. Do you know what? I'm passionate about the countryside. I think we should grow more green stuff. I know, we're not making any more, are we?
No.
Definitely losing a lot.
I think it's very much. It's good to show people kind of where it comes from.
Exactly,
as well. There's a bit of a stigma.
It's not a
around
Sainsbury's, is it? I mean,
no. Well, like I said, we every day we'll box up a cow perhaps once a year. Right, quite often we sell them and somebody else finishes them, but we'll box them up. But even then, they go from our yard through to the local slaughterhouse, which is up the road. It's a 15-20 minute journey.
No mileage in that, is there?
And then they're delivered all locally.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's all, but then you can buy New Zealand lamb or that, which is all right.
So
or you could have a plant-based something which has travelled however many miles.
I mean, you say about your shower-relays and one thing, because they are mottled meat, aren't they? They've got quite a lot of white.
Yeah,
fatty.
it depends what you feed them and stuff, but like they are, it is good. They all taste different as well. If you were to try different meats one after the other, you taste kind of difference in them.
Now, I'm a bit of a fussy person. I don't like me fat on me. And I burn everything to a cinder.
Yeah.
But a bit of a philistine, I suppose. Whereas most people like it, like my daughter, it's just got to be touched the grill, turned over the grill, and
that's what they say. The blue, like have it blue.
It's a bit too chewy for me, anyway. But I appreciate you giving me your
No
5
problem.
minutes. I know you was a bit of a. No one else wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I pulled the short straw, really.
But I appreciate your time. So tell me your full name and your name of your company, please.
Jennifer Morgan, and I work for Rhino Plant Hire.
And where are you based?
Dover.
Thanks, but you're on the internet, so anyone can contact you on the internet.
Yes, yeah, you can search us.
And
We're there.
do you sell through dealerships or do you sell?
We just do the cattle wise, or
no, your machinery.
The machinery. That's all agriculture contracting. So they all go out and do the contracting work. So then, you'd find all the details online, and they'll do most things.
Thanks so much. Cheerio.
No problem.
Good afternoon, guys. And what are you doing at the show today?
We are here with Larrington Trailers,
right?
More Unidrill, which we have the franchise for in this area.
Fantastic. So you're the main distribution people in this area, are you?
We are for these products, yes.
Okay, and you've got grain trailers here, silo trailers, silage
trailers, grain trailers, direct drills.
Direct drills. Now that's a bit of a bet in my mind. Direct drilling is the devil, but there you go. It makes money, doesn't it? I mean, you ain't got to go over the field 2 or 3 times with a cultivator and a plough. You're going straight after last year's crop, and you provide a small enough one there for the dairy farmer, perhaps who wants a grow sack to feed his animals and whatnot. Are you not into big ones, or you're solely small ones?
No, we are 3 metre and 3.4 metre.
Nice size.
But really, because of the, as you say, the single pass is what the government want us to do from a green point of view.
Yeah, low carbon emissions, I know.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a good number of grants available at the moment.
Especially for these machines.
Absolutely,
there is, because I was speaking to a guy earlier, one of your competitors, and he said there's such a good thing at the moment going around that you've got to go out and buy.
Absolutely.
Great for you guys, because you're selling more.
Good business, yeah.
And good for everybody releasing the carbons, what I just don't see. But there you go. Yeah. Anyway, tell us a bit about it. You've got a young man here, perhaps he could talk us through it then.
Brooke will take you through that.
Brookland, is he David Beckham? David Beckham, is he?
Not that famous.
Okay, well tell me what you got in there. Unigel it's called, is it?
This is 24/8 arable spec moors.
Yep.
Running on a PTO fan, 125mm spacing, and then on the back we've got a guttler press.
Oh god, that's looks like a nasty piece of kit on the back there. Do you want to walk round and let's have
Yeah, sure. So we've got a guttler packer which obviously closes up the slot following on from the disc and coulter.
Yep.
Tungsten tipped coulters, obviously on Accord medium, which is land wheel driven. Hydraulic depth control on the packer.
Yep.
And obviously we do this machine in either linkage or trailed. What we've got here is a linkage mount only.
Okay. Now, could it be used as grass seed as well as corn?
Yeah, we do. This drill can do grass seed and finer seeds. We do a 90mm spacing drill, which will be specifically for pastures and amenity.
Yep.
Obviously, you can do hydraulic fan and PTO. Hydraulic fan is obviously more popular,
Yep.
easier to control with
Yep.
modern tractors.
Yes, let's worry about that PTO driven thing, innit? Yep.
Bout markers is an option, and RDS tram lining as well.
Okay.
And now we're also doing the RDS Artemis GPS controlled metering, so you can adjust the seed rate on the move.
Yep. And would that link up to the tractor and its GPS and all
Yeah,
that
you
sort
can
of
have
thing?
it with an ISO cable, so you're running through the tractor system. Yeah.
Okay. The other question, obviously, is it a single hopper or is it?
At the moment we only offer the single seed hopper, so it's 850 litres.
Yeah.
And then you can have a hopper extension which boosts it by another 400 litres.
What about like a fertiliser drum?
That is coming.
That is coming. So, you know, as I spoke to many of your competitors today, you know, you could drop the seed in, drop a granule bit of fertiliser in it, it helps it grow quicker and easier, and it saves another pass with the tractors, doesn't
Correct,
it? You know, and so that's the way forward, I believe, anyway. But it's a lovely size, and you said they do bigger ones as well.
Well, the biggest we're doing at the moment is 3 and 3.4.
Yeah, and it's British made, I can see.
Yes, British made, yeah.
All made in this country, all
made
engineered in this country.
Correct.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and your colleague. And tell us, before I go, tell us your name, and company, full name this time, please.
Yes, Brooke Wiles from Moore Uni Drill Manufacturing.
Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, Matt.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Very good.
Now, it's nice to see you. Always nice to see a friend.
Oh, very good.
Can I call you a friend?
Of course.
Fantastic.
Of course.
Where's Steve? Not here today?
No. He's up and running our errands.
Okay, you're back off holiday now. You're back into work.
Yes.
But I've got my tractor back as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You've had it for a year and a bit now. haven't you?
Yeah. I kept it cosy in the shed for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't start either.
No.
That's another story. For another.
Yeah. Sitting in the shed for you.
The contracting well for you this year, is it looking good?
Yeah, we've done a bit of spreading. We've been a bit dry for a while, and we've been okay. Had a nice little start, a few weeks in the dry.
What about for the summer? You looking forward to a good harvest work this year?
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll be good.
Because you work with Scotty a lot, don't you? With your hay.
Help him on their farm every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, every now and then. Whenever
Great fella to know, isn't he, Scotty?
Yeah. Whenever I'm not particularly busy, I'll go and help over there.
Really?
Yeah.
So tell us your tractors you drive. We've seen them all on the channel before, but tell us the tractors you run. Because you run quite a mixture, didn't you, really?
Yeah, Deutz and a couple of John Deeres, yeah.
Yeah, you got a new John Deere recently, haven't you?
6830, yeah.
And it's come all the way from Scotland, is that correct?
It was in Scotland, yes.
Yeah.
It was in Scotland. Yeah.
And is it all up and running now? Because you had it in the workshop for a little time.
Yeah, a few little things to tighten up on it, but it's good now.
Good
Quite
little
happy.
tractor.
Quite happy with it.
And what sort of horsepower would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're 160.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Ideal for what you want it for
perfect.
anyway.
Yes.
So would it drag a trader around with it on the back with 160 horses?
Well, I hope so. Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. Are you being looked at behind me with the?
No.
Is that where you're laughing?
Not at all. No.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, and it's a lovely track, that fast track.
It's very nice.
Yeah. Would you consider that in the future, a fast track, or you're a John Deere man?
I would consider it now. I've had money for it.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Nice. It's the way to farm.
But they tell me there's a few grants around there, so
not for one of these. There isn't.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, Matt, tell us your full name and your contracting name as well.
So we're Belsham Farming, and it's Matthew at Belsham Farming.
And your second name
Lafferty.
is Lafferty. Thanks, Matt.
That's all right. No problem.
Mate. Bye. Well, good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And what are you here for today?
Just to promote what we do.
And your company's name is?
So I'm DT Agri Limited.
And are you the person that's standing up there?
No, that is a good friend of mine, Steve Pack. We work together.
You work together? Is it like a partnership deal?
Yeah, in a fashion, yeah.
Okay, so you, you are a spreader of?
So yeah, Steve does the supply and sampling of lime fertiliser.
Yeah, lime spreader. I think he's told me that last week.
Yeah, and then I do all the spreading basically for him.
Oh.
So that's the sort of it works well.
Yeah.
Sharing machinery.
Okay.
Keep costs down for ourselves, and obviously you can extend our customer base between the two of us.
Yeah. Now I know you've got all your own plant. Do you have these spreaders? Is this your own spreader? Is it?
Yeah, yes, that's our spreader. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the spreader then.
So this was new to us last year.
Really? Do you want to stand in front of it for me? That's it. Great. Get a great picture. It's always nice to see a great picture.
So yeah, this is new to us last year.
Yep.
We bought it to try and extend our services to farmers.
Yep.
It's actually specially built one for our spec. So Budding put more slats in it, get more even spread. It's got weigh cells, capable of variable rate. We spread a lot of lime with it.
Now you say you spread lime, but obviously there is other things you spread. Can it do?
Yeah, so
don't just do lime.
No. We spread. You can spread compost, any form of muck,
any manure or anything
manure,
like that.
And then there's another product we do in Varacal, which is another version of lime, which we spread through that machine.
Now I think your colleague told me last week that the lime does the pH for the soil and that sort of thing.
So
it brings it up, does it?
Yeah, it makes lowers the acidity. Obviously, makes the
more neutral, does it?
Yeah, more neutral. Yeah, so you aim for like around a 6 to 7 pH, and obviously that allows the crop to hopefully grow at its optimum.
Okay.
And then we also supply and spread P&K fertilisers.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, this time of the year you're spreading, lime spreading and whatnot, because either the crop's in the ground or going in the ground very shortly. What do you do when that's all done?
So also we provide a direct drilling services.
With your own drills, of course?
Yeah, we had to drill up here last year. So yeah, that's a great success. Lowers the input costs for farmers. And not necessarily a farmer that wants to invest a certain amount of money in a drill for if it works in their rotation. Drill a lot of grass, direct drilling grass. All the way through to cereals, for the beet, etc.
So you're a year-round contractor then?
Yeah,
you can diversify into all different fields.
Yeah, do a lot of slurry tanking for anaerobic digester. And
that's big now, isn't it? Because you can generate electricity, put back in the grid by that, and that
So we go help them out, and with our own tractor and tanker.
Fantastic.
And then we do a lot of hedge cutting as well.
Hedge cutting, cool. You are diversifying, with so many bits and pieces.
Yeah, do a lot on for various farms.
So you're busy lads. You're always on the go.
Yes.
And nice to see a Fendt tractor. I love the Fendt tractors. They are a bit good in my eyes.
Yeah, it's a nice tractor.
But then you're paying the price for them.
No, it's a good tractor. Yeah.
But you get what you pay for at the end.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, each to their own on their choice of tractor.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, thanks ever so much for talking to me.
Yeah, nice to
Tell us your full name and your company,
please. It's Dan Tong and DT Agri Limited.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Cheers. See you later.
Proper blue tractor.
Well, Liam,
how you
give
doing?
us your lasting thoughts of the day. It's come to the end of the day for me and Dee. You enjoyed the show?
It's been bloody good, yeah.
Bloody good. Have you learnt anything? Spoke to lots of people?
I had a look at some 3D printing, you're alright. Had some 3D printing and that was quite interesting. They make guards for your windows so they don't get smashed when you do some hedge cutting. So,
well, do me a favour, Liam. Now, I've got to end this video.
Yeah.
Now, you can do the bit for me, can't you? Like, subscribe and all that. So, it's over to you, Liam.
Right.
So,
if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you next time.
Perfect.
There we go.
Cheers, fella.